Welcome back, my friend. Today we are going to review another budget speaker because this year, as I told you, I will work mostly about budget gears because for have good music at home you don't need to spend too much money. So a quick jump and let's speak about it. ELAC Debut 2.0 b6.2 is a bookshelf speaker that is part of the Debut 2.0 series, where you can find also the small sisters of the bookshelf speakers, the DB52, two different size center speaker, floor standing speaker, Dolby Atmos and on-wall speaker, and is an upgrade of the older series, the Debut b6. The front grille, that to be honest is a pain in the ass to remove it, is hiding a new silk dome tweeter with a frequency response up to 35 kHz. New 6.5 inch Aramid fiber woofer and a new black MDF cabinet. That is look very rigid and also pretty heavy. 6.3 pounds, 7.4 kg. I like the front base reflex port, but these holes for the grille, not so much. Sensibility is only 87 decibel with a nominal impedance of 6 ohm. So probably you will need a little bit of juice to drive this speaker at high volumes. I tested with the Rotel A11 Tribute and the Musical Fidelity M2 SE. Now with the Musical Fidelity, any problem to drive it. I was actually driving at 25-30% of the volume knobs. With the Rotel I had to push it at 70 and sometimes at 80%. I was tested also in a home theater connected to my Emotiva XP-A7 that is a pretty good multi-channel amplifier with an amazing result. I was actually impressed at this price range in a 2.1 channel system connected with the subwoofer from the Veldon Acoustic, the Digital Drive Plus 10. Yes, is a high-end subwoofer, but I wanted to test it with this speaker. Also, I tested with my subwoofer, the SVS 2000 Pro, and was working in a great way. Amazing voice and intelligibility of the speaking in a movie, and also an extreme dynamic and a very good sound stage. So ELAC did a very good work with this speaker in home theater. About the retail price, is a budget speaker, so in Europe you can find it at only 300-350 euro, in UK also around 300-350 pounds, and in US around 400 bucks. That is actually a good price, but good price is meaning also good sound? We will see. In hi-fi the things was not so much easy because finding a good matching amplifier was a little bit difficult, but let me try and break it down. The overall tonality of the Debut 6.2 is probably, in my opinion, a little bit bright and crispy, and the Musical Fidelity M2 SE was too aggressive and fatigued together. But with the Rotel Tribute A11 things change really, because in my opinion is more gentle, is not so aggressive, and was making the Debut a little bit more warm and less fatigued to listen. But at the same time I couldn't push it to the very high volumes. Now I'm not a type of person that is actually listening at very high volumes, so in my opinion the Rotel A11 was a great matching amplifier. But if you are listening at very high volumes and want more dynamics, probably I will take in consideration a subwoofer to have more headrooms, and probably I will try also another amplifier, maybe something like the Cambridge Audio AX100 or 85, that is very interesting. And actually I will look in the future to have it here to test it for you, to also compare it with all the gears that I have here. But please subscribe to the channels and click the ring bell, because I need your help to reach at least 10,000 followers 10 years, because I want to see these channels growing up, and more we grow up and more interesting gears will coming in my studio. Thanks for your help. Now the question is, if you are looking for this type of speaker, a budget speaker, with which amplifier you will drive it? I know because in my opinion probably you will use the home theater receiver. I mean, this is my opinion, I don't know. And actually with the home theater receiver could be that you are not able to achieve the result that I had with a dedicated hi-fi amplifier. Just a question, so think about it. Anyway, regardless the type of amplifier that you will use, something was not sounding right in my opinion at this speaker. Something in the voice timbre was a little bit strange from first day. I ran it for a couple of weeks just to be sure that they needed a little bit of breakdown, I don't know. In any case, I did it. And also I measured it with my microphone and Room Echo Wizard, and they both measured the same. So nothing was probably break or defect, but something in the voices was just a little bit strange, bright, crispy, something in the timbre of the male voices in particular, not so much on female, but male voices was a little bit strange. Voices, for example, like Eric Clapton, Gregory Porter, was a little bit crispy or metallic in my opinion, but sound, as you know, is something related to your personal taste. So take my opinion, but also try the speakers with your ears. That is always the better way to go. If you take in consideration also a song like Miles Davis, you know that I like jazz, I love jazz, 2.2, that's actually a difficult song because the trumpet can reach high notes and you need a good tweeter, and with the ELAC Debut was a little bit fatigued to listening for these songs. So in my opinion, and also for my taste, with male voices sometimes and also sometimes with instruments is a little bit crispy, a little bit shrill, a little bit fatigue. Soundstage for the price range is impressive, and the speaker is more depth than width, and is definitely projecting themselves in front of you during the listening. Dynamically is not an issue. If you have enough juice, give it to this speaker and she will let you dance, believe me. Center imaging is not what I could call laser focused, but at this price range is good. Be careful that this speaker is 14.76 inch, so 37.5 centimeter high. And if you have, like me, a stand that is 31 inch or 80 centimeter long, this will projecting all the soundstage up a little bit with respect of your listening position. And this is actually something that I love it, because I wanted always to have a soundstage that a little bit more in up position, because when I listen with normal size bookshelf speaker, I always have the feeling that who is singing or the instrument are too much on the ground floor. Respect, of course, of my listening positions. So these things could be positive or negative. You have to be sure that the tweeter have to stay at least at your ear level, but in my opinion it's not like that. You have to try to experiment and see what is your taste, and in my taste, in my opinion, a tweeter that is a little bit more up will give you a better sound stage, a little bit more in up positions. So in this case with this speaker was just perfect. Now there is a record that I want to suggest you that was sounding really lovely with this speaker, and this is Benny Anderson piano. This was really sounding amazing. Amazing, when I say amazing, amazing. The notes was flying in the air, was really incredible, really lovely. Test it, let me know. Another great song with this speaker that I was enjoying is Everett's Inspected Mushrooms from the album Converting Vegetarians. An incredible soundstage and a spacious feeling that you was really inside the song. Lenny Kravitz, John Mayer, everything with rock was sounding very good. Jazz, also classic. The piano is a little bit crispy, and sometimes voices are a little bit metallic. So if you're listening something for like Lenny Kravitz, Black Velveteen is perfect, but if you're listening to something like Gregory Porter, then probably you can notice it's a little bit more crispy at least, and definitely probably a little bit bright. So let's move to the conclusions and see what did I like from this speaker and what I would like to see improved. Front reflex port, cabinet looks solid and well mounted, good dynamic and transparency for the price range, high soundstage, and incredibly great for home theater. Cons: poor timbre accuracy in instrument and voices reproductions, plastic grill that is hard to remove, and speaker that could be a little bit fatigued after a while in hi-fi. So guys, in the end, I enjoy it, I didn't enjoy it. Let's say that I enjoy it more for home theater. So if you are going to probably start with a budget home theater, definitely the Debut is the way to go, because have a really entry-level price range that is something good. I have a lot of friends actually that they don't want to spend so much money in gears and amplifier and stuff like that. So guys, look for a speaker like that, a speaker that you could use for home theater and also for hi-fi. But if you are looking for a speaker that probably we are going to use it more for hi-fi and you want it to have accuracy reproductions, then probably I will take a look of the reference series from ELAC and hope to have it here to test it in the futures. We'll see. About and regarding the home theater and test where I suggest this type of speakers, it's important to use it with a complete ELAC configuration, ELAC Debut family configurations. Because when I tested here, I tested the 2.1 channels with the two ELAC Debut 6.2 and was great. But when I ran it, for example, with my center channels, that is a Sonus Faber, then you can notice a little bit that the timbre was different and I was losing this harmony in the overall sound stage. So my suggestion is, if you are going to compose a home theater with the Debut, be sure to use a ELAC Debut family series for center speaker, front speaker and rear speaker, and also Dolby Atmos on-wall speaker that you can mount it and use it for Dolby Atmos. About firing speaker, I tested here in my composition, my home theater, but was working. I couldn't be able to working with firing Dolby Atmos speaker because I have acoustic treatment. I have bass trap up, so they don't work because they have to reflect the sounds, right? And when you have bass trap, this just don't work. Okay, from Med Audio is everything. Hope did you enjoy the review, and see you soon with great video and concepts made for you. Subscribe to the channel, support my work, and let's move. We have to go up in the air and reach 10,000 followers. See you soon.